Wow. Okay, we're here. Thank you. Thank you to my students for letting me know that that my assistant put the wrong time on my calendar. So I had that we were starting in a few minutes, and apparently you guys thought we were starting an hour ago. So please forgive me, and thank you for being part of this wonderful world we're in for our transformations, right? All right, let's dive in. So today it was a very interesting week. Wow, if you're having some light body sickness, this is the time, right? This is intense, and we don't even have a sun right now. Apparently, it's from the Sahara Desert, but who knows, right? So I've been experiencing some light body sickness, so I have not been going for my beach walks, and I haven't even been walking not that far right there to see the sunset. But last night I thought, oh, I'm going to go. There was literally no color, like not anything. When there's a haze at sunrise, same thing this morning. When there's a haze, you get more color. You get diffused, you maybe even if you don't see the sun, you still see all this orange or nothing. Nothing. It was like a dead world. And this morning was the same way. And we always have good, very good air quality here. I live on the beach. And that on my app, it said that it's only acceptable and that it's got particles, in it. So yeah, there's something big going on. I don't know if that's been building. Volcano went off earlier this week in Hawaii. That's very deep Pele energy, right? That's deep earth energy that we all feel because our bodies are earth and earth is a living being. And so when you are exploding from stuff that's been melting, right? We've all been doing our work and we've all been breaking down the old habits and we're breaking down the system and we're questioning things and the world is having a metamorphosis, right? And the metamorphosis is about the little frog or the little butterfly does not know it's a butterfly, right? The caterpillar has to let go of its identity, has to completely let go of its physical shape and to turn into something else. So we're doing the same thing, may not look like it. So volcano energy is also very powerful to tap into because it's what's brewing inside of you, right? It's new earth, it's new creation, but it's always made from what? She produces new earth from within her and she melts the current things that are there, right? Houses or whatever it is. There's also, there's a lot of things happening, but these are things that you may be feeling right in you. You may be feeling an emotion. You may be feeling a, like me, I've been very vertigo, off balance, my stomach, I've not been eating very much, which is fine. I actually don't like to eat a lot. And a lot of other things happen that it may think it's out there, but it's in you, right? So those things may be replicating. I'm waving my wands here. Look at this beautiful wand Maria Wheatley gave me last year on our retreat. Isn't it gorgeous? Oh my God. It's handcrafted. It's from Avebury Henge by a beautiful crafty goddess woman there. I have it on one of my altars all the time, but today it called to be here. So did our pheasant feather. So what we're going to do now is dive in. And this is basically, hi, Sonia. Oh, it's almost midnight. Oh, bless your heart. So it really did make a difference to you this hour. Well, you're so sweet. And I used to be a night person, only a night person. I literally couldn't go to sleep before midnight. And that's flipped now. I'm an early morning person. So, this is just going to be a reading. However, since we did have a little bit of a hiccup here, if any of you that are here would like to ask a question, I would be, I'm going to feel into if there's any, there we go. If there's any questions that they would like to answer. So I want to start I always create space and do my light body activations before we come together. I do not bring my crap into the circle. And so you've entered into sacred space, as you know, if you're one of my students. However, I want to tell you about our altar because the Sacred Feminine Oracle deck is called Sacred Feminine Mysteries. And that means the mysteries that you had to go to school for, sacred schools, secret schools. And it's very interesting because when you study with wisdom keepers, especially in indigenous cultures, I've been through Egyptian mystery schools, right? And there's a lot of information about the ancient Egyptian mystery schools. And there's a lot of things you go through. I did not go to Egypt and swim through the alligators in the dark underneath Edfu Temple, and some of those other things that you had to do in the past. But the same thing was here for the Maya. There's over 400,000, I think that's what they said the other day, 40,000? I think it's more than that, pyramids across this land. There's no more anywhere else on the planet in a concentrated area. They're just discovering more. This is called the land of light. It's called Mayab. It's called the land of the chosen ones. And what that means is that this is the place that has the light for those who choose to awaken. It's not a DNA, right? You could be white, brown, purple, green, or whatever you want to be. So, the thing that's interesting, though, is that the indigenous elders in all cultures have held their wisdom secret because, of course, it's been demonized and erased and forbidden and burned, quite horrifically. And a lot of that's coming to light now. However, they are also being told by spirit it's time to share. So more and more of this wisdom is coming. And yet when you study with like I'm studying with the Maya elders, they still have stuff. They're like, yeah. You're not ready for that, or you wouldn't believe it, just wave your hand and the wind does something that you want it to do. This is who we're supposed to be. We're not supposed to be full of all of this worry and doubt. We're supposed to be completely in tune with the energies, and magic means you work with the elements. You understand the laws of physics. You understand you're a part of that system and you're not trying to be outside of it like we were taught to be. So because of the Sacred Feminine Mysteries is what came to me for this deck, which has, been quite the process. This one, this is number 1, and she's Abundancia. And, a lot of these, I didn't go with a name like Isis or Brigitte or the Lady of the Lake, even though that a lot of them were inspired by those iconic, archetypical wise women. Because this is about the mystery they embody. And what does that mean? That means, why is it a mystery? Because we forgot who we were, because we don't remember, because we've been conditioned in a modern society that's stuck in materialism and mind and says you have to work hard and you don't deserve, and gets you on a treadmill off of your spirituality, off of your truth, off of your divinity, off of the abundance of the world. We literally can't see the beauty that's right next to us when we're in a certain environment, around certain people, or we're stuck in certain beliefs. So the mysteries that each of these hold, and if you come to the class, please do. What we have is that we're going to dive into the mysteries, and this is an increase in intuitive skills. So Abundancia is a goddess that I have worked with for a very long time, since I was in the Reformed Congregation of the Goddess, RCG. And I was on the ritual committee, and we did also monthly goddess salons where we would study a different goddess and do some kind of a activity or craft that related to them. So I've known Abundancia for a while, but when she came through for this deck, it was a very different thing. So of course, Abundancia means abundance, right? So what she told me, though, is that she's the goddess of expansion, and that our concept of abundance is a bit, it's off balance, because we think everything to do with prosperity and abundance is money. And in the northern Western world, the way I was raised, and probably many of you, is that money is the definer of success. If you have made money, then you're looked at as a successful person. If you have money, if you've built a business, if you have an important title, if you have a big house, if you married some successful person, we have these very materialistic concepts of what success means. And there's nothing wrong with any of that. It is not the point of life. You came here with a spiritual purpose. So she said that abundance is in abundance. So this is our first. She's holding space for us today. She's carrying this day for us. And that means that this is a day of expansion. She's bringing that expansion. And let me go ahead and take my little face off here. Oh, good. A big shift. Yes. I know, Lisa, you and like everyone in our group, in our circle, holy wow, right? I've been having this deep for a few weeks on and off, these multidimensional experiences where I'm expanding and I'm ascending, and I'm when you actually physically feel it, right? And then lots of my students were saying, oh, I'm having this and I'm having that, and this happened and that happened. So this is wonderful when you have a community and you understand, oh, I'm not just standing out here. Why is this happening to me? Am I sick? Because our first thing does have to go to guarding our health of our body, because if our body and our brain doesn't work, our spiritual purpose is nullified. We can't. You got, many of you know Chris, my beloved, and he had a very huge Kundalini awakening in the regular world called a massive grand mal seizure. He died. Well, he's had a few, but he had the one big one. And so his brain does not work the way it used to. And it's recovered, but we aren't there yet. And he has limitations. So, of course, the first thing is, will I die? You know, we spent about a year like, is he going to die any minute? Is it going to happen again? And then he went into, okay, I've lost my life. I'm grieving. I have no capacity. What am I going to do? I'm never going to be able to do all the things I wanted to do in my life. And now that that's come back, he just has a very limited amount of time that he can work every day, that he can focus, that he can write. He's a writer. He's writing a book on EMF because it affects him so much now. And the thing is that there's some purpose to that, right? And I'm not going to get into his path for you. However, even though it's been 5 years, 6 years now, I think, since his seizure, we are still moving forward energetically, spiritually, allowing the doors to open on his path. And what do we have an abundance of? Wow. I mean, this year's been intense with transformations, but we have an abundance of new opportunities opening. We're meeting people, wise people, elders, people in our industry, people who are honest and have good hearts and harmony. And why did that happen? Because we spend time focusing on our wishes, our life that we desire, and living inside of harmony, peace. And in the past, we've done business with people who were shitty, and sorry, that's just the truth. And a lot of people are exploitive and super macho and chase you down and push and force you. And I watched people lie about what their results were, their students. And it was pretty shocking, to be honest, in the coaching industry to see behind the veil, because I reached a really top level and I was speaking on all the stages and all that. So we kind of went, bleh, and we ran away. And I went in. So I'm extremely picky about who I spend time with, who I do business with, who I let heal me energetically, as well as morals, right? Or qualities or values in that. So when you have an abundance of something, it's going to make massive, it's going to expand it. So this is why abundance isn't something to wish for lightly. Okay. Abundance is something to remember that you have within you a very powerful field of everything you've ever needed, everything you've ever wanted. Okay. And why does that make a difference? Well, what happens is that if you're just like, I want abundance, I want abundance, I want abundance. What if you get an abundance of people who are mean to you? What if you get an abundance of doubt? What if you get an abundance of pain in your hip? What if you get an abundance? Ooh, 10. What, so abundance is expansion. And she was really clear on this. She was one of the very first cards. The grandmothers were the first ones. And I was so in love with her when she came through. She is everything that I could imagine. I thought that this expressed the movement, the fluidity, the beauty, the embodiment, all the different realms coming together. So she represents growth, bounty, plenitude, increased prosperity, fullness, lavish, and limitless. Again, try to get out of your ego mind, like, oh, lavish, I used to really desire to go to fancy restaurants because I didn't have money to go to fancy restaurants, even though I had already eaten at fancy restaurants. And I understand that really well. Here's the thing, find a way to unhook from cravings, because this abundance is going to increase your craving. So if you crave something, you don't have it. But if you have it, you're feeling abundant, right? You feel abundant in that. So I would recommend right now, since this is our card today, apparently, I knew that she was here on the altar and I wanted to share the altar with you a little bit, is that what happens is that whatever you are focused on, whatever you believe, whatever is your primary energy, and I can't say that my mood's been the best the last 2 days. I am working on my book proposal and retreats and all kinds of stuff. There's like really fantastic opportunities opening up, and yet it is an enormous amount of focus, intention, and so on. So I'm sitting here, woo, and then I'm doing all of that. So I have an abundance of focus, oddly, and yet I have an abundance of transformative, I don't know what to call it, imbalance kind of a thing, vertigo. However, underneath this, last night I felt very grumpy. I felt very much like, and I was aware of it. So I stayed down here and I didn't go up to be with Chris because I knew that all it'd be was like, rah, 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 poor me, or something like that. And so if you feel that, something was forcing that up and out of me, right? So I just took it out in a different way instead of speaking these words into my world so that they would start to manifest, or agreeing that, oh, poor me, I'm a victim, or any of whatever. Okay. I just went, well, let's see, what can I do? What can I do? What can I put my energy to? Because that energy is, and I did it until literally I had to go fall in bed so that I couldn't think about how I felt. And so I channeled the abundance energy into a productive thing. And I got 2 projects done last night. That was really a big deal. So that is underneath, which what we do in the Wishes Fulfilled group is, in this space, you are becoming your own authority. You're becoming your own inner guide. You're becoming the one who realizes what I think, what I feel, what I put my attention and energy on is what manifests in my life. It does not matter what anybody else is doing. You do choose. I don't want to be around that person. I like this place. This energy doesn't make me feel good here. I'm going to go to this place. I need to go to the UK retreat. I need to go to the forest. Whatever. Okay. You need to be versed in energy. You need to have your intuitive skills up leveled, which is why I highly, highly recommend that if you're not already coming to the class, right, that you do. And the class is, it's not just a basic oracle class. Let's just put it that way. Okay. So I have all the goddesses here. They came in yesterday, and I started the show yesterday with Guinevere thinking we were doing this show. So anyway, I just want to let you feel all the sacred feminine energies coming from my altar. We've got Ishel, which is also over here. Here's her as the wise woman. And here's her as a maiden. She's so beautiful when these are ancient Mayan carvings, depictions, and she's gorgeous. She's holding the rabbit, and she's holding the, she holds the rabbit because she's the moon goddess. There's a rabbit in the moon, by the way. Once you see it, you won't unsee it. She has the snake on her head showing both awakened Kundalini and awakened inner vision. This is an enlightened being. And it means that she is connected physically and spiritually. The ears always have these because they show that they have increased clairaudience skills. Okay, different interesting things here. She's holding the lotus. So just like Egypt, there's a lot of similarities. Okay, the enlightenment of the lotus. So we have her, beautiful. We have this beautiful lady, and this beautiful lady, I loved this. I got this back when I was in the goddess world. A beautiful goddess lady made it. Used to have little things here. Isn't it wonderful? It's a little traveling altar. And of course, it's the Botticelli Venus. However, what I loved was that she put all these goddess names here. So to me, this brings in, we have Aphrodite, Asherah, Astarte, Hymen, Ilithia, Mari, Moira, Marina, Mary, Pelagia, Stella Maris, Venus, and Urania. So we have all those beautiful women, goddess or sacred feminine energies. We have Lakshmi, Isis, Athena. This is a sacerdotisa, an ancient Mayan priestess. Okay, and she sits in the corner and talks to me all the time. There's a lot that I could share about her. This is also a goddess. This is also a sacred feminine. These are huge, giant. I've seen them. They are Atlanteans. They know they're from Atlantis. And they have this butterfly on the heart. They have this solar disc on the back of the solar plexus. Okay, there's a lot of meaning in all of these things, but they hold a very powerful Atlantean energy from the sacred feminine there. And finally, we have the Greek Sphinx. And if you don't know about the Greek Sphinx, very different than the Egyptian Sphinx. Very powerful. She's another one of those maligned and misunderstood beings who was turned into a monster. Okay, so all right, let's go back over to Abundancia and see if she has anything else to share for today, because I love that this idea of this abundance, prosperity, and increase. But again, that we put it exactly. Okay, I'll do that. She wants me to open up the book. I don't normally do that. Where's the book? Okay, here. And give you something from there. So I will. So in the meantime, give us a comment in here. Tell me how you feel about the image, how you feel about the energy, how you feel about the idea of expansion. And as you get aware, what am I focusing on? Because that is what will expand your energy and your attention. It's basic physics. It's basic law of attraction, which is a basic law of the universe. And it means whatever you give your attention and energy to, subconsciously or consciously, will grow. Okay, will grow, will manifest to you. So where do you want to grow? Where do you want more bounty? Where do you want plenitude? Where do you want to feel like, oh, there's always enough? Of course there's enough. I don't have to worry about that. I don't have to chase that. I don't have to crave that. Where do you feel like I'm ready for increase? Where do you not want to increase? Right? Because you can actually say that. You can say anything you want. Okay. Prosperity means to prosper. That means all the things that would give you the confidence, the energy, the feeling of safety, the feeling of being nurtured, trusting that you have what you need so that you can grow, that you can expand, that you can reach out. Okay. Fullness is, to me, and these are her words, they came to me. It was very interesting doing this because I could have said lots of stuff. I probably would have said the same thing, but I really wanted them to tell me more specifically what they meant, what they thought, and everything. And then lavish. It's interesting because lavish can also be like one of those words that triggers you into an ego craving, right? Lavish. And a lot of times people say, well, what do you want? And they'll be like, well, I don't want $1 million. Well, that's okay. You don't have to want $1 million. Again, look at where your mindset has been programmed by your culture and your family and so on, right? To think that if you're like, what's success to you? It has to be lots of money and whatever. What if it was always the money is there, always the support is there, always the ideas are there, always the energy is there, always the doors open up. That's just the way it is. And I'm on a spiral of expansion going up and up in my life. So lavish is a word or a concept that means you could lavishly, generously share. And the universe wants to generously share with you, wants to lavish you with goodies, with what you want, wants to shower you, wants to adore you. And yet, are we tuned into that? Do we believe we're worthy of it? Are we willing to receive it? And don't think for a minute, I've got all of this perfect, okay? I'm in my process and I've found some really deep and interesting stuff this year because we are shedding and we are shedding. But the snake says now we're getting down. The shedding is going to keep happening, but we're getting into that core, that center, the womb, the sacral, the place of power where we used to have a tail. And we have the choice in here to be in the dark, to keep perpetuating the old beliefs, the old fears, or be like one of my students who is breaking free of the concepts they lived by that kept them limited. So expansion, limited, very different. And limitless, there we go. We have our limitless. Okay, so we're looking for page 31. Oh, I'm send lots of love to the printers, please, because they keep finding a new thing. Okay, here we go. So I'm just going to scroll. Well, this is interesting. Okay. So she says, I want to guide you to expand your capacity, showing you how to become a gracious container capable of receiving and multiplying all that delights you. She has no belief in lack, and she will open your eyes to the truth. There is always more than enough. The false illusion of scarcity melts away when you embrace her teachings. Abundancia plays in the ocean of infinite bounty. Where there's plenty for everyone, there's never been any lack, only the illusion created in the mind. And that is very, very bad. So her mystery is this expansion. Breathe in, recharge, feel the flow of prosperity, growth, increase. Give yourself, your mind, your body, your ideas, the breath of life. Give it this energy here. Dance in your ideas. Spin. Call on the elementals. Call on your guides. Call on all the divine realms that are all here. 98, 99% of world reality is invisible to us. So what you see here is very, very limited. Okay. Yes, we'll do that. Okay, so we're going to finish up with her, and I'm going to read from the book that you get with your deck, the Prosperity Magic Spell from Abundancia. So let me check quickly over here if any of you commented, because I am curious. Sonia, a few nights ago, you got an image of me on a steep slope with a shower of pound needles. Oh, I do remember that. Yes, and my face stuck in a book. Stuck in a story. I do. I remember the pine needles. I remember it was going up like that, wasn't it? Yeah, you were standing there and it was like you were on a slope of trees and pine trees and whatever. And then the whole, like your foundation, like the earth underneath you just kept going up like this, up, until it was almost straight up and you were standing on a ledge and all the pine needles came down. That's very true. I remember that. Okay. I do have a little more time, so we'll go ahead and we'll look into that, Sonia, and then I'll do a reading for Lisa. Okay. Okay, good. So let's go ahead and does anybody want to share anything about the idea of abundance being expansion versus being just what we think it is, thinking it's money. It's an abundance. It's a lot. It means a lot, right? And what do you want a lot of? And what maybe have you been getting a lot of that you don't want? And how do you feel about it? Because don't get upset, okay? Like I was last night, I didn't want to take my mood and create that in my life going forward. So I didn't want to go talk to somebody and go, wah, 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 wah. I'm very hesitant to say out loud or to share in a text if I don't feel good, because I don't want to create that. But I did start to share that, and I did with my group, my class, because I have because when it's spiritual expansion, when it's an upgrade, and this is the third week, I don't remember, maybe you guys remember, a few weeks ago, my body was liquid. My stomach was doing this. I was not in this realm. I was going through some kind of a veil, energy into a different dimension. And I felt like my whole body was like this, and I couldn't think straight and I couldn't eat. And that I'd forgotten about that. And then this started. So I want to share with you that, because we're in this together. We're walking this path. We're remembering who we are. And it's important that we hold hands and that we share heart to heart, because the love that we can share, the truth of what we're going through right now that we can share with each other is the most important thing. It's the most powerful lesson. It's the most powerful medicine, even beyond, like a big important class. Oh, looks like I got 2 bites there. Okay, so yes, I know, expansion. Love the card. Her energy is beautiful. I feel like expansion may be the perfect word for me. Great. So again, it's discernment, right? We have to be discerning right now. That's the number one thing with the expansion of the world. So that's good. She's over here dancing. She just spin like that. When I said that, what we're seeing in the world is an expansion. It isn't a breakdown in the sense that we're collapsing. It's that the illusion of our systems and our beliefs are breaking down, and we are expanding. So the age of Aquarius is about expanding into both individual spiritual self and caring about the whole at the same time. That's the infinity. And together we create a world in the middle. And we can't create a world anymore that hates, that judges, that persecutes, that kills, that erases. Okay. That has to be something of the past. So, all right, go ahead and focus now. Take a deep breath in. Now, thank you. Inside of this sacred infinity healing chamber, we have a beautiful, beautiful presence of the sacred feminine mystery of abundancia, goddess of expansion. So take a moment to breathe yourself deeper into the space, to feel this energy in your space, maybe in your body, maybe in your mind, spinning. And the spinning is like a vortex that's drawing to it and expanding at the same time. There's an expansion of the field as it spins, and then it attracts more into its field, and then its capacity increases, and you have more capacity for receiving, for energy, ideas, or anything else. And now, inside of that space, take a moment to breathe into your heart. Relax. Really relax. Notice if your neck, your back, your shoulders. I tend to stick my neck out, push myself forward. So come back into your place, your space, your body, your mind. Now that we are here with this divine energy, you can allow it to be around you. She's offering to move this energy into your cells so that each individual cell, she's dancing inside of it. Now you can invite her to come into any other part of you. Do you want her to come into your hands, your heart, your stomach, your womb, your mind, your back? Where would you like an expansion with this beautiful energy? Would you like an expansion of your income and the streams from which it could come? Could you allow the expansion energy of abundancia to replace the limited energy of not enoughness, never enough, or it's hard? Abundancias, we call on you now to come into our hearts, our souls, ourselves, to come into our minds, our worlds, and our bank accounts, and to come into the places where we truly are ready and it is optimal for our highest good to expand. And as we expand, all that limits us, all that no longer serves us, all that we do not wish an expansion of, is gently overflows like a glass of water. There's no effort, it flows out. And you expand and begin to receive light, love. Now you're receiving an answer. There's words in front of your eyes. They're in your mind. It's a very specific answer for each of you. It's like she's typing and you're watching it type out. She's sending you a text. She's sending you a message. What is it that she's saying to you? So if you don't see the words or hear the words or understand it, feel into it, but receive it. So the key is that you say thank you and you act and assume and move from this moment as if you have received this divine energy, this divine answer, okay? It doesn't matter if you know what it is. Don't get drawn down that path. That, honestly, oh, I don't know what it is. Oh, I wish I could hear it. Oh, why can't I hear my higher self? Oh, I didn't see anything. Oh, I never get colors. Oh, I didn't feel the goddess there. Oh, whatever. And then somebody else is like, oh, I got this download and I created 5 books and I made $1 million. Okay, don't go there. Don't go there. Do not expand your doubt. Stop questioning yourself. Don't say you're sorry for anything, except if you can ask for forgiveness or understanding. Please do not expand your doubt. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, from deep in your heart, declare, I am a vortex of abundance, expanding my heart's desires with ease. I am a vortex of abundance, expanding my heart's desires with ease. I am a vortex of abundance, expanding my heart's desires with ease. I am a vortex. I am a vortex. I am a vortex. I am a vortex of abundance, expanding my heart's desires, my true desires, my soul's desires with ease and grace. I don't need to know what they are. I give permission now. And you want to feel it, see it, notice this. You are the commander of your reality. You are asking for this. You are commanding this. You are ordering this. This is what is true. Are you willing to watch it, receive it? I am a vortex of abundance, expanding my heart's desires with ease. I allow myself to grow, be lavishly prospered, gifted, and guided. I know there's more than enough for everyone, and when I receive, I'm not taking from anyone. I prosper lavishly in all areas of life, and I share that everywhere I go. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, you could definitely stay in that, go deeper in that. And I do recommend if you do the replay that you just turn it off right there and do it. I'm going to come back. I really appreciate her coming because she's here all the time, essentially. And she's not somebody that I actually consciously call on right now on a daily basis. So she just showed me places where I am not allowing the expansion I want, and that she's going to come into those areas in my mind, in my heart, in my light body, in every way. Beautiful. Trust. Fantastic. Hi, Deb. Gazing at this card is mesmerizing, and I love the colors, especially the green. Yeah, me too. It's like, whoa, there's just something. These are encoded. So like between the artwork, the words, and other things that are actually encoded in here. This is a world. So what you do, one of the things I'm going to be teaching you is how to enter this world in the Oracle class, and to not just like take what I have channeled from them, but that you have your own experience that it relates directly to what you're going through right now. And you enter their world and you work with them. You work with these concepts. You walk in this world, you integrate it. You realize that this is a reality. It's a timeline. Where are you in the possible timelines of your life right now? Are you in growth? Do you have plenty? Do you believe in plenty? Is there bounty coming? Is there bounty there? Did you used to have bounty and wish you had bounty, right? Like, where are you in your current manifestations? Because increase is possible. Prosperity is possible for everybody. Great. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me tune in. I got a few minutes to Sonia. Oh, I'm so glad you came back. So you haven't gotten any other clarity. That was very profound. That's like, if you would like a session, the soul lineage sessions are on sale. Of course, we do whatever is needed, and you can buy just one, but I put a 3-pack on sale. I only have a few possibilities over the next couple of months. So I've got a few people signing up. And so if you want to look at that, go look at the shop. If you want to go deeper, because the message you got last week was quite deep. It's quite profound. Your life is changing. It's changing the landscape. I mean, right? This is, instead of something being flat or maybe slightly inclined, it's literally become like a wall or like a cliff. and you're perched on that and you're staring into something that you can't get past. So I'm going to ask for one of the mysteries to come forward and to give us some clarity for you, because at this point, this is a pretty deep transformation that you're in from what I see. And I can tell that something deeper is happening. So let me just see. I know, right? Nah, the portal. I think so. So the grandmothers are here. Okay, they want to help you. And that's not the exact answer, but I would call on the grandmothers. Okay, the prosperity dream weaving grandmothers are eternal, timeless watchers that weave in the infinite fields and help us. They have that timeless magic and the grandmother wisdom and eternal prosperity and everything, but that isn't it. I think it's you, isn't it? Let's see. Maybe. There's a lot of really nice messages. I feel like this, that deeper one there. Okay. Okay, Sonia. So there's a lot of energies in this deck, in this group that really are sending you energy, that are bringing possibilities to you. And this is the one that we're going to talk to right now. La, 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 la. Where's my present? Here we go. Present. Okay. So it was very interesting because some of the other energies were very good. What I kept seeing was kind of a doorway. Yesterday with Guinevere, we went an hour and a half. So my apologies. I just have to let go and let them talk. However, it's the last half an hour or so that we did that she was talking, and she took us. We were with her together on the tour playing, and then we went into kind of a cave in the apple orchard. And I kept seeing something like that. Like if you're staring at a wall, if you're staring at a story, right? That means that it's in your face. So you've either have a reflection of something that you haven't looked at, that you're not accepting, or your belief systems, your current reality has manifested for you as a reflection of who you are being inside, that something's in your way. And it could be that you're afraid to move forward, that you don't want to know the answer, that you don't feel strong enough. There's a little bit of that going on. The bigger picture seems to be, and let's look who came to answer your desires. So this was inspired by the Lady of the Lake of Avalon or Glastonbury. If you're familiar with that whole story, the Lady of the Lake is many different incarnations, but she is the Lake of Avalon, which is was real actually, and that idea that she rises from that deep subconscious, that unconscious, from the emotions. She lives there, and she rose up and gave Arthur his sword. So the reason that's relevant is everything is a story, a psychological drama, and an archetype to tell you, and so you can understand the deeper picture of what's happening for you. What does that mean? That means she comes along and she mirrors you. You look in the lake, she's under the surface. But if you go in a sacred way, she will come up. She will open the doors. She will move the mists, and you will enter into the elemental world of the goddess. And so, like people who would arrive on the shores of Avalon, if they were just muggles, if they were just normal people, especially if they were warriors or something, they didn't have good intentions, the doors didn't open. They couldn't see Avalon. The sacred feminine world was protected behind these mists. And you had to be trained to call the boatmen to come from Avalon to pick you up. And when you called, the Lady of the Lake would release the elemental illusions that you're blocked. So this is very good. One, create sacred space. Keep creating sacred space so you can see. Give yourself permission to feel safe, to see more, to receive more, to see further down the road, to step into the unknown and not require yourself to know before you go. pretend you're taking your head out of a good book, or a book that makes you cry, or a book that you've read over and over, or the only book you've ever read, right? And just put it down. You can always pick it up again. Energetically, emotionally, tell yourself that, okay? And then she's saying, come to the edge. Now you're staring in the vision that we had last year, right? You stared last week, you're staring kind of at a cliff. It's the same thing as standing on the edge of this lake and not seeing anything but a lake and some mist. That's your mist. And it's representing that. Now, you can see here that she guided us to add a lot of flower of life spheres. We have over here a Celtic symbol that has a lot of different deep magic, and we kept having to add them for her. She was like, not enough, more light, this, that, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So the other thing, though, is she's rising above. Is she in the water? No. So she's the water. She lives there. She's a goddess of the energies of the mind and the emotion and the deeper subconscious, but she is an elemental. So she rises up out of that water and then she plays in the field. And that's what you're right here at the precipice of rising into something that you can play with, that you can create. So creative freedom, express to heal, transmute, conjure, alchemy, new perspective, recreate. Yeah, I do think this is your card now. I'm glad. I was, trying to use my head, which you never really want to do. So, oh yes, there's also an infinity symbol. There it is. It's over here. We did a lot of work on this graphic. It's very encoded. Yeah, it's over here. It's going up and down. So it is there to connect you to that infinity of within, above and below. Okay, under the waters, above the waters, or whatever. Okay, and this isn't about getting anywhere. So she said it's very important that you don't try to get anywhere. You don't try to make anything happen. That you acknowledge where you are, and then you will be here. And she can take you. Expand you into that elemental magic where you're allowing sacred space to give you what you need to begin your creative freedom. And this seems very much like right now, do your breathing, your sacred space creating, see yourself putting down the story that you're in, and looking around saying, what other stories are out there? What else is next for me? Okay. Then the action of transmutation happens without you forcing it. Conjuring means you call it, right? You say, okay, I call on the otherworld deva of elemental magic. I call on the Lake of Avalon. I call on the Lady of the Lake. I call on the sphere of the flower of life, spherical consciousness, the infinite possibility to create anything. I call on the infinite flow of above and below. I conjure these because then they go from being a concept to being in your reality, and that is alchemy. So you're in a very alchemical phase. Let's just put it that way. So, okay. Well, I hope that helped. I hope that was beautiful for you. You can't see the infinity symbol. Yeah, it's on the side. When we do these, we do a lot of hidden codes and hidden symbols and hidden powers. So go look at the number 17 and then go down below it. And below the tree branch, you'll see sort of light coming down and a blue infinity symbol right there that goes up and goes down. All right. So yeah, there's a lot of magic in here. Okay, there you go. I hope you saw that. All right. Oh, wow, what an honor. Hi, sweetie. I want to send you big hugs and your beautiful shamanic master boys. Wow. I mean, it's been a year, or a little more than a year since I saw you guys. So I'm sure that they are growing into beautiful, beautiful things. Beautiful, good. I'm so glad you came in. Well, we had an interesting thing. We started an hour late because of mix up on my calendar, and so I'm glad you got to come. And we're going to the UK, so you might want to think about that. I know that you're such a spiritual awakening being of beauty and wisdom and wonder and love, and my gosh, the stuff that you're doing is quite amazing, actually. So I'm going to go ahead and finish the show up by just sharing a few things with you. I don't know. I hope you like my new show graphic. I love it. That's me, the Jaguar woman. So come to our goddess retreat. And there's 2 parts. So I highly recommend you talk to me. Of course, you need to come to the Maria part, full moon, eclipse, high moon, magic, private access. It's just wow. Okay. And then also before, they changed it around on me, before the retreat, I'm doing 3.5 days in Glastonbury with Mary Magdalene, with Eve, with Guinevere, and with Morgana, and any of the other goddesses that want to come through. But specifically, they've asked to come forward. So we're going to do water magic at the wells, the springs. We're going to be going to the sacred places. We're going to be following the currents. We're going to be doing work in the labyrinths and at Mary Magdalene's temple. Quite beautiful. And then we've got... that again. We have another show coming up with Maria. So we're going to talk about the 3rd day with her, which is about the ancient, very ancient horse goddess Epona, because we're going to be going to the Uffington Horse, Dragon Hill, Wayland Smithy. These are other sacred sites in the landscape that are very powerful. And of course, she has all that. So take a look below for the 2 shows we already did with Maria, because honestly, actually they both did. I've listened to them myself over and over because her wisdom is so deep, and she doesn't just weave in, oh, I know exactly where the goddess temple was. I know how to enter the temple. We're going to be entering as the goddesses did. We're going to be honoring them. We're going to be bringing a picture of the long-skulled queen with us and putting her back, in the womb, where we're going to be doing our toning and our activations. Of course, we're going to be doing all of that. But she has also another level of wisdom, goddess wisdom, Celtic wisdom, Druid wisdom, magic. She is a very magical being. So please come, and then please join me for the Oracle card magic. So the beautiful deck is complete, and it's being printed, and we're just all seeing it arrive on time, but we're moving forward anyway with that. So make sure that you check it out. And okay, I thought I had, let me just take a look here. Oh, okay. Yeah, fine. I found the cutest picture of Maria and I the other day. So, okay, I want to share, I'll share this, and I got to run. I'm going to talk to my book proposal writer. Oh, it's been quite the journey. I hired a professional book proposal coach to create a book proposal for Hay House. So if you can all see me winning the contest and being a best-selling Hay House author, big dream. It's coming up in August. So we're done, and we're having our last meeting in a few minutes. So this is the website for the retreat, and it has both retreats on it. I apologize, the second retreat doesn't look as glamorous as the first part, but there's Maria and I, and if you opt in here, I recommend you opt in here, because on the 8th of June, I'm doing a call called Embodying the Sacred Feminine Powers, Rising and Manifesting Your Dreams Now. So it's going to be a live transmission, and I'm going to do Q&A. If you want to come to the retreat, whatever you want to manifest, we're going to have a whole conversation. This is on the retreat page. So even if you're in my world, you need to opt in here to get that information, to get access to that call. And the email you're going to get will have all the details of a lot of things I'm doing this year, next year. Okay. So this shares, all the places we're going, this private tour with this wonderful expert on Venus encoded into a Christian temple. I love it. Here's the goddess womb we're going to go in, which was a goddess healing temple here. Here's the crystal. So all of this is here. The next show with Maria will be on the next full moon on June 11th, because we are doing this on the full moon. And so we're going to be talking about this 3rd day, Wayland Smithy Long Barrow, where you activate your chakras, this Dragon Hill, and Uffington Horse, where'd my Uffington Horse picture go? I guess it's gone now. And this, more about Maria. There's some pictures of Maria and I there last year. And then down here is where you'll see the one that I'm doing beforehand. And I've made these as affordable as possible. I've stretched to make this possible, because it's so important. And I need to make money. I need to cover my costs. And yet there's no profit in a sense that this is not really making me money. However, it's my soul path. I have to do this. I have to do this. So you can see more about what we're doing down there. And this is where you can get Maria's book if you would like. She has, if you get Prime, Amazon Prime, you can watch her documentary that they made about her book on Stonehenge, and you'll start to get some of the secrets that we're going to be doing. And at the bottom, we've got the 3 shows. So that's good. Thank you, everybody. I love you so much. And I will see you on, Tuesday. And I'm not sure what the show will be on Tuesday, but next week on Friday, we will do the Oracle again. Next week on Tuesday, we will have, I can't remember what it is, on one of the queens. It could be Mary Magdalene and or Eve, I'm not sure. And then just subscribe below and get on the list. And thank you. Thank you so much, everybody. You're going to Japan. Oh, Buddha music. I love it. Awesome. Go sit on some big Buddhas for me. Absolutely amazing. I know, you're just like, this is what's great, right? Is that each of us is living our path, and then we take our energy and we go somewhere and we bring that there, and then we get the codes and we get the activation and we get the transformation. We bring our information there and then we bring it back and we're weaving this world of light. So thank you for doing that. Please say hi to your boys. Give them a big hug for me, and hi to everybody. Beautiful. Thank you. I appreciate you so much. And come join the Oracle class, please. I really want to get as many people in this as possible because of what's happening right now. All right. So enjoy abundancia, and thank you for coming, and thank you. Ciao.